counting calories in versus calorie out, insulin surplus. I'm going to try to cover all that in this video of what worked for me specifically after talking to my doctor. With that being said, the old coot here, come back at you with another exciting video. Remember, this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not a doctor. I'm not claiming to be one. I'm not claiming to be any kind of fitness or health expert or anything like that. I'm just sharing with you my story and what works for me. And if you take this knowledge, bring it to your doctor, talk to your doctor about your specific situation and what's going to work for you. Okay, so with that being said, what did I do to move the needle, right? To help me to break beyond that stuck point of I couldn't lose any weight. Now all of a sudden I'm losing weight again. What did it for me? Okay, most people that you talk to will tell you calories in, calories out, right? Whatever calories you take in, you need to burn off, and basically you're back to zero for the day or for the week or whatever it is. With me, that wasn't working, because what I was doing was in my first meal, right? So breakfast. So like typical day for me is I wake up around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, right? I go throughout my day and then I'm done by usually, let's say like 10 o'clock at night. I'm back asleep, or 11 o'clock at night, something like that. Usually I'm back asleep. That's like a typical day. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, but you kind of get a sense of what's going on there. Eight. I would say I'd like to get like 9 hours of sleep, but it's more like 8, because then I got to wake up, go to the bathroom, turn the light on, that whole thing, whatever, in the middle of the night. But anyways, what I was doing was this is old me. I was waking up and I would have like a couple of eggs. I would have like realistically 2 pieces of toast. What killed me was the toast, because the toast would spike my insulin in the morning. And then the next meal I'd have more carbs, and that would spike the insulin even more. And what I came to realize with the help of my doctor was that spike in insulin and my body being in an insulin surplus state, no matter what I ate the whole rest of the day, my body was in storage mode. Store the food, store the calories. So it didn't matter how much I worked out, how much walking I did, how much gym, how much cardio, how much whatever. Calories in, calories out literally went right out the window. Because even if I was taking in less calories than what I was burning, in my specific situation with that insulin surplus, everything went straight to body fat storage. If you're in a similar situation where you've tried everything you could possibly do, you went ahead and you bought a calculator, MyFitnessPal, one of these apps, and you weighed your food and you measured everything and you're still gaining weight. And according to the numbers on the calculator, wait a second, I'm only taking in 2,000 calories, but I'm burning 4,000 calories in a day. Why am I still gaining weight? Talk to your doctor. Ask them if you're in an insulin surplus when you're eating throughout the day, because that might be, something to talk to your doctor about. Well, anyways, so old me was 2 eggs, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, right? And then I would have 2 pieces of toast or like a pancake or something with the syrup and the whole 9 yards. Spiked the insulin like crazy. And then the whole rest of the day, anything I ate was stored as body fat. Does that make it simple? Yes? No? Yes? I hope so. Now what I do is I do 2 eggs in the morning, and that's it. Sometimes 3, but 3, let's say 2 to 3 eggs in the morning, done. That's all I have. Scrambled, boiled, hard boiled, whatever, done. About an hour or 2 later, I start getting hungry. What do I eat? I usually have like a piece of chicken or a piece of meat. Like this is some leftover ribeye. This was leftover ribeye. But I usually have a piece of meat about this size, which is maybe like 4 ounces or so, give or take. So what I'm doing is protein, right? Protein is breakfast, let's say. Then I have protein as my snack, let's say. Then on my third meal, this is where I get to have fun. So third meal is when I finally get to eat some carbs. And the carbs that I'm eating are complex carbs-esque. So I've got lentils and I've got some basmati rice, right? Doesn't matter if it's brown basmati or white basmati, fight it over in the comment section amongst yourselves. To me, it made no difference. But anyways, lentils and some rice. What I'm doing there is I'm giving my body some carbs to refuel those glycogen stores after burning, X amount of calories and sugars at the gym or whatever. I'm basically refeeding that pathway. Then what I'll do is I have another 4-ounce protein, something or other, piece of meat, piece of chicken, salmon, fish, whatever I can afford, whatever's on sale. I might have another 2 eggs, right? So it's like, as long as you're getting 4 ounces of protein, like one, if you look at this plate and look at the fork size, I mean, look at how small that plate is. It's not a very big plate. It's maybe like on the bottom, it's maybe like 6 inches. On the top, maybe it's like 8 inches or so. But the whole goal of what I'm trying to tell you is the third meal is when you should be eating, or when I'm eating, like those charts and graphs and things that you get at the doctor's office, and you kind of see what's going on there. So it's 4 ounces of protein, which is basically about like the size of the top of my hand, like 4 ounces of protein. Then I'm getting somewhere in the area of like 3 ounces, maybe a cup, not even like a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of complex carbs. Could be a sweet potato, lentils, black beans are great. Black beans are awesome. I love black beans. I could do a whole cup of black beans and still feel healthy, because I'm getting black beans, and even the lentils are classified as a protein and also a complex carb. I'm not a fitness expert. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not claiming to be one. But like I said, after talking to my doctor, at least I figured out what's working for me. Okay, half of the plate, this half down is vegetables. So in this case, I've got some cabbage, red cabbage, regular cabbage, some carrots. This could be substituted for, let's say, broccoli, cauliflower, right? The Normandy mix at Costco. Something similar, just something where I'm getting some fiber, right? To push, and this is, the lentils are also fiber to push that protein through from the first two meals, right? Then my fourth meal, let's say I'm going to have a fourth meal. My fourth meal is probably going to look something similar to this, right? Where I'm getting vegetables, a little bit of complex carbs, and some protein. I might skip the complex carbs and just do more of the salad or more of the vegetables or whatever. Then fifth meal, so meal number 5, if I'm going to have like a meal number 5, is going to be something like protein and vegetables only, no carbs. So usually before I go to sleep, I try not to eat any carbs at all, because they have nowhere to go. Your body's not technically, theoretically, bro sciencely going to burn carbs. You're probably going to store them as body fat. So what I'm trying to get at is let's say you're in a 3 meal a day person. Let's say you're going to have 3 meals. What I would do is I would make the first meal protein only. So protein only, meaning eggs, meat, chicken, fish, beef, that kind of vibe. The second meal, I would do 1/4 of your plate complex carbs, rice, lentils, black beans. Think of like a burrito, like a perfect burrito. You've got black beans in there, you've got some rice, you got some protein, and you got some like vegetables of some kind. Open up that burrito, that's how your plate should look, right? So 1/4 of the plate, 1/4, 1/4 of the plate is complex carbs. 1/4 of the plate should be some kind of protein, right? In my case here, it's steak, beef, whatever. And then half, literally half of that plate is vegetables. Now, dinner time comes around. What I would do is just take out the carbs and just leave this empty. So you're going to have 1/4 protein and you're going to have half vegetables. So 1/4 of the plate is the protein, and then half of the plate is the vegetables, salad, whatever you want to have. That's the basics. How complicated you want to make it, the sauces, the dressings that you use, read your labels. Right? Honestly, like I can clearly state to you what's in this plate. There's rice, lentils, salt and pepper, maybe some mushrooms, right? Some black forest mushrooms. On this side, I've got regular cabbage, red cabbage, carrots. Done. This ingredient is one ingredient. It's basically meat or beef. If I look at a label of something that I'm going to put on my plate, pre-made meals, whatever, and there's more than, say, 3, 4, maybe 5 ingredients that are some weird names or some scientific names of some chemical you've never heard of before, odds are I'm probably not going to eat it. So there you go. So anyways, I hope this video out there helps someone. I'm going to try to do a shorter version of this, but the game plan is breakfast is protein only. Lunch is usually protein, carbs, and vegetables, right? 1/4, 1/4, 50%, 1/2, right? 25%, 25%, 50%. And then dinner is portion gets smaller, right? Portion size gets smaller, and it's usually a protein and a vegetable. So this corner of my plate would be empty for dinner. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's not that complicated. You could use romaine lettuce instead of the coleslaw, right? This was like a pre-made coleslaw mix, but I didn't put the dressing on it. There's no mayonnaise in here. There's no sour cream. There's none of that kind of stuff. It hurts. You have to eat like Normal person does, but if you want to lose weight, talk to your doctor. You might have to get to a place where you're going to challenge yourself. And that's what this is all about, you didn't gain 250 pounds overnight. You're probably not going to lose 250 pounds overnight. It's going to take a while. And one other thing I really have to stress very importantly is comment. Please comment in the comment section. If you're over 300 pounds, comment in the comment section. I think just talking it out, telling your story in that comment section and sharing what's going on with you may help someone else someday, or maybe the same day, or maybe the same minute, or maybe 5 years from now if the videos are up that long. But anyways, just talk it out in the comment section. If you're overweight, if you've been over 300 pounds for more than a year or two, all we're told is the same thing from the same people. And you want to hear something different. You want to hear something different from someone who identifies like you do. You're overweight. You're over 300 pounds. Maybe other people that are over 300 pounds are telling you something that you want to hear, or something that may spark a little bit of curiosity in you to then go ahead and make you want to challenge yourself to eat like this, eat healthier, be healthier, lose weight. You kind of get a sense of where I'm trying to go with all this. Anyways, I did put some links down in the description section, also in the comment section. Check those out if you want to check out some cool products. Anyways, I'm the Old Coot. I'll catch you all in the next video.